Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. People from all around the world continue to come to the U.S.-Mexico border. Some cross illegally, others by asking for asylum.
And much like the increasing numbers of migrants or immigrants that we've reported arriving at the Respite Center in McAllen, refugee shelter workers in Cameron County tell us the numbers there are also on the rise. Channel 5's Daisy Martinez is live in our Cameron County newsroom with more. Daisy?
Staying in their country means living in extreme poverty or even facing death for some of these recent refugees. They travel here and risk their lives on the journey as they arrive to the ports of entry here. They tell us it's the better choice than to stay. Shelter workers tell us the numbers now rival those of the 2014 influx. Dunia Yera Leon and her daughter Amanda are on their way to Florida. We met her at the downtown Brownsville bus station where she purchased their one-way tickets. The woman finally made it into the U.S. this week. She and her daughter left their native Cuba on June 27th.
La vida del cubano es muy dura, muy dura.
These women traveled for more than 4 months, crossed 10 borders, making their way from Trinidad and Tobago to South America, Matamoros, and finally the U.S. They walked up to the Gateway International Bridge in Brownsville and asked for asylum.
No alcanzaba el dinero para nada. Trabaja, 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 trabaja y de dinerito muy poca platica.
Leon, a teacher in Cuba, says she sold her home and all of her belongings to save up more than $7,000 for the journey here. They started the trek with 13 other people, including Africans from the Congo. Only Leon, her daughter, and a young Cuban man reached the U.S.
Pero sufrimos mucho. Muchas personas murieron, sobre todo haitianos. Caían en el río sobre las piedras. Una señora cubana que también se sentó en una piedra. No se sabe todavía si fue un agotamiento, si fue una crisis de asma, si fue un infarto cardíaco, murió. Su familia después se le avisó de que había muerto la señora. Nunca más esos restos se van a recuperar porque en medio de la cepa.
Alma Rock of La Posada Providencia, a shelter for refugees in the outskirts of San Benito, says since July they've already had 200 refugees stay at the shelter. Those numbers are well above pace to exceed last year's total of 300 refugees.
That's a big increase from what we had been used to in the last 2 years. It's reminding a lot of us staff members of the influx that we had in 2014.
Right now, 27 refugees are staying at the shelter. They're from 8 different countries. 10 refugees are from African countries like Ethiopia, Swaziland, and the Congo. 17 from Cuba and South and Central American countries.
The reasons they leave their countries, such as the African clients, is for oppression, religious oppression, or depending on their political beliefs, that they're being persecuted and they're really fleeing for their lives.
Leon had 2 previous failed attempts to cross into the U.S. On those occasions, she left her daughter behind in Cuba and opted for a raft headed to Florida. The raft headed back to Cuba when the journey became too dangerous.
Si te quedas en Cuba, mueres. Y si sales, te arriesgas igual, pues vamos a arriesgarnos a buscar la libertad.
This 3rd time, Leon says, she finally has a taste of freedom. The journey doesn't end here for Leon and her daughter. In order to successfully get asylum, she must show up to all of her court dates and have a clean record during her time here. She also cannot return to Cuba until at least 2018. Live from the Cameron County Newsroom, Daisy Martinez, Channel 5 News at 6.
And this is a Channel 5 News Extra to Daisy's story. According to the Department of Homeland Security's website, a person may seek asylum within 1 year of their arrival in the U.S. They may include unmarried children under 21 years of age on the same application. People cannot apply to work while applying for asylum. They must wait 150 days after the entire asylum application is submitted to apply for a work permit. And once asylum is granted, they can work immediately and petition for other family members.